Dear students of class 10, this is another video of unit 9. The title of the unit is History and Culture. Let's discuss a little bit about the etymological meaning of history and culture. History is the study of time period or study of change over time, and its coverage all aspects of human society, political, social, economics, scientific, technological, medical, cultural, as well as intellectual, religious, and military developments are all parts of history. Culture culture is a concept or opinion that encompasses through the social behavior, institutions, and norms found in human societies, as well as the knowledge, beliefs, arts, laws, customs, capabilities, and habits of the individuals in these groups. Culture is often originated from or attributed to a specific region or location. Let's start the unit in getting started section. Look at the pictures, talk about the historical and cultural significance they carry. First picture, can you guess it? Yes, you are very right. This is Muktinath temple, this is a very famous temple. Muktinath is an ancient Vishnu temple located in Muktinath, Mustang, Nepal. The temple of Muktinath, known as the Lord of Liberation, is sacred to both Hindus and Buddhists, whom they worship as an abode of Hindu deity Vishnu and Buddhist deity Bodhisattva respectively. Located in the Muktinath Valley at the foot of the Thorongla mountain pass, it is one of the world's highest temples at an altitude of 3,800 meters. The temple is given a status of one of the 108 Divya Desams of Hinduism, and the only Divya Desam located outside India. It is also one of the 51 Shaktipeeth associated with the head of goddess Sati. The temple complex is known as Mukti Kshetra, which literally means the place of liberation. If we talk about the Nepali meaning, that is moksha, and is one of the Char Dham located in Nepal. So now let's about the second picture. This is Gorkha Palace. Let's see some details about Gorkha Palace or Gorkha Darbar. It is located in Gorkha district. The Gorkha Palace, located in Gorkha district of Nepal, is a historic landmark built in the 16th century by the King Ramsa. The palace is built on top of a hill at an altitude about 1,000 meters or 3,300 feet. This palace is an hour walk from the downtown Gorkha Bazaar. The palace is the birthplace of the King Prithvinarayan Shah, who was born in 1723 and started the unification of Nepal. Prithvinarayan Shah was born in the Dhunipari, a part of the palace. Let's talk about the third picture. So a group of people including male and female are performing a typical cultural dance. You can see this is called Sorathi dance. The meaning of Sorathi is the number of 16 beautiful queens, yani females. Long time ago, it was a small state in it is in the Himalayas. The meaning of Sorathi is the number of 16 beautiful queens or females. Long time ago, it was a small state. It is in the Himalayas. One of the king, Jaisange from East Country, and one of Queen Himayati from West, among from the one state were looked 16 another queens for dancing and enjoying, including the Himayati queen. This dance mostly performed in a large group. This is a very popular folk dance of Gurung as well as Magar community of Nepal, because the king was from this community. Yeah? And last picture, this is the picture of Kumari. Let's discuss about the festival or how it is historically important and related. The Kumari festival is also known as Indra Jatra, also known as Annepuni also, is the biggest religious street festival, especially in Kathmandu, Nepal. Ye means the old Newari name of Kathmandu, and Ya means celebration, and Puni means full moon, so together means the birth of the walled city of Kathmandu. The celebration consists of two events, Indra Jatra and Kumari Jatra. Altogether, Indra Jatra is marked by marks, dances of deities and demons, displays of sacred images, and tableaus in honor of the deity Indra, the king of heaven. Kumari Jatra is the chariot procession of living goddess. Look at the picture below and answer these questions. Question number A: who is the man in this statue? So there is no doubt the man in this statue is King Pratap Malla. What do you know about him? So what are the things or what are the informations you are having about the King Pratap Malla? Pratap Malla was a king who was also a master of 15 languages. He was a very famous and powerful king of Kathmandu. It's a old name as Kantipur. He built many structures around Kathmandu. He was a good administrator, very religious king, and great interest in literature. He was having very keen interest in literature, and he was so focused on the stability and development of the state. Now let's go to the text. Pratap Malla. Pratap Malla was one of the very famous kings of Malla dynasty. He built some magnificent, very important and beautiful architectural structure around Kathmandu. The way he came to the throne when he became king was very interesting and controversial as well. At the same time, he had the experience of administration. He was good in administrative skill even when his father was alive. When his father Lakshmi Narasimha's madness grew worse, his father was a mad king, or he was known as the Mad King. He imprisoned his father and he himself ruled as a regent of his father in Kantipur state. So his father was so mad, and because of his madness, he was about to ruin the state, so that he imprisoned his father, and he started ruling the state in the place of his father. He was an able administrator. He was very good administrator. Kantipur was very developed during his period. The trade with Lhasa, Tibet was also very good and going well by his trick. He was making the kings of Lalitpur and Bhaktapur play against each other. So he put some issues between Lalitpur and Bhaktapur so that they started fighting with each other. Sometimes he sided with Bhaktapur, so he was supporting Bhaktapur and posed a threat to Lalitpur against of Lalitpur. On other occasions, so in other times, he aligned with Lalitpur, he supported Lalitpur and fell upon Bhaktapur. So he put threats, or he was training Bhaktapur. Pratap Malla was a very religious minded person. He built a beautiful temple at Gweswari and put the fence around it and renovated, uh, means repair the temple of Pashupatinath and raise a pinnacle over it. They put a high pinnacle or gazur or over it. At Swayambhu he built Pratapur, Kavindrapur. He was known as King Kavindra as well. So he built Kavindrapur and many other temples, and also made a copper gilt Bajra known as Bajra. He also renovated or repaired the temples of Basuki Vimsen, Taleju and Degutale with a view of warding off, means protecting of evils or bad omens. He erected an image of Hanuman, the monkey god, by the side of his palace gate and called the palace Hanuman Doka Palace. So he built it. He erected the golden gate of the palace. Yeah, set up an image of Nrsimha, Kal Bhairav and Vishwaswarupa at Laikubai. Inside the palace, he also set up Sundari Chowk, Mohan Chowk. A pond was dug at Bandarkhal and filled with water brought from Buddha Nilkantha. He installed an image of, also he placed an image of Narayan lying in the pond, an exact replica, exact copy from Buddha Nilkantha temple. There is a story related with Buddha Nilkantha and the king, a royal family of Nepal. So in some other days, if we got time, we can discuss about the story also. Pratap Malla was a well-known king, and as well he was a good poet. He could compose poems in Sanskrit, Nepal Bhasha, Nepali, Bengali and Hindi. So he used to write poems in multiple languages. He also knew Arabic, Roman and English scripts. Because of his excellent poems, he conferred on himself the title of Kavindra. He put his surname as Kavindra. Yes, a king of poets. So Kavindra means a king of poets. Himself learned. Pratap Malla had a galaxy of learned men. So intellectual people. He had a huge team of intellectual people in his palace, as the Mughal Emperor Akbar had. So Akbar also used to keep all the intellectual team to suggest him, like that. He also, Pratap Malla also keep a people or team of people or intellectual people. He also respected and patronized the scholars of his time. So all the he had a very good or huge respect for the intellectual people of his time. Among them, Lambakana Bhatta was one of the intellectual person who was from Maharashtra. Narsimha Thakur from Bihar and Jamana Gurubaju of Kantipur were some of the key persons of his intellectual person in the galaxy of scholars in his palace. He was also very fond of music. Yeah, so musicians were welcome anytime in his palace and respected in his palace. Pratap Malla had 5 sons. They were Bhupendra, Chakravartendra, Nripendra, Mahipatendra and Parthibendra. He wanted all his sons to have experience like him in the administrative of the country while he was still living. During his lifetime, he was eager to train his sons. He made each of them rule over the country for 1 year in turn. But unfortunately, his second son, Chakravartendra Malla, was died the next day. He took over the administrative of the country. So today he became the king or administrator of a particular state, and next day he died. Yeah, that was so unfortunate for him. That was so bad during his lifetime. Both the king and queen were greatly grieved. They were very sad at the death of Chakravartendra. To console the grieving queen, to console the sad queen, he made a huge pond in front of the present Trichandra College. The pond is known as Rani Pokhari, and that is still in existence. Pratap Malla had a sudden death while he was watching the religious dance of Harisiddhi. So while watching Harisiddhi dance, he was suddenly died of unknown reason, mysterious death. And during his reign for 33 years, from 1641 to 1674, Nepal made very remarkable progress. Means Nepal was well developed in each and every field. There was peace and prosperity at home and no threats from outside. Trade with India and Tibet, Lhasa, as well as China, made Nepal prosperous. Some of the factors or aspect of developments were trade with India, China, because during his time, trade with both the neighbors in India as well as China, that was with good relationship. Art and literature flourished, all developed, and kings of Bhaktapur, Lalitpur, and other neighboring kingdoms did not dare to invade or attack or capture Kantipur. Text is over, and this text was adapted from the story of ancient and medieval Nepal in a nutshell, with some comparative traces by D.V. Shrestha and C.V. Singh. Now let's go to the exercise. Let's go here. Complete the following sentences with the correct words from the text. Queen Rajendra Lakshmi ruled the country as a regent because of her son Rana Bahadur Shah was too young. Many buildings were renovated as they were destroyed by the earthquake. Many temples had their pinnacles made of gold. As the original trophy was stolen, they made the exact replica and a copy of it. Madhav Prasad Gimire was conferred the title Rashtrakavi in 2003. The government patronized Chamak Kumari Gimire for her contribution to Nepali literature. The British soldiers tried to invade Nepal, but the brave Nepali people chased them away. Number B. Choose the best alternatives. Why did Pratap Malla keep his father in jail? The correct option is II. Pratap Malla wanted to be the king soon. Number B. What made Kantipur a strong state during Pratap Malla's reign? Correct answer is II. Pratap Malla's diplomacy. Which of the following was not renovated by Pratap Malla? That is Temple of Buddha Nilkantha. That is the correct option is IV. Number D. According to the text, which of the following did not happen during Pratap Malla's reign? The correct option is III. Invasion of Kantipur. Now let's go to number C. Name two countries that had trade with Kantipur. Two countries that had trade with Kantipur during Pratap Malla's reign were India and China. How did Pratap Malla keep his kingdom safe from Lalitpur and Bhaktapur? Pratap Malla kept his kingdom safe from Lalitpur and Bhaktapur by using a trick of making the kings of Lalitpur and Bhaktapur play against each other. He sometimes sided with Bhaktapur and posed a threat to Lalitpur, and other occasions he aligned with Lalitpur and fell upon Bhaktapur. Where did Pratap Malla place the image of Lord Hanuman? Why? Pratap Malla placed the image of Lord Hanuman by the side of his palace gate, and he called the palace Hanuman Doka. He did this to ward off evils, to protect from the evils. Number D. Pratap Malla conferred himself with the title Kavindra. Do you think this title suit him? Give reasons. Pratap Malla conferred himself with the title Kavindra, or King of Poets. This title suits him, as he was past a lone king and a poet. He could compose poems in Sanskrit, Nepal Bhasha, Nepali, Bengali, and Hindi. Pratap Malla used to invite the intellectuals at his palace. What does this indicate about his personality as a king? Pratap Malla used to invite intellectuals to his palace. This indicates that he was a personality as a king who respected and patronized the scholars of his time. He was interested in learning and promoting art and literature. Pratap Malla contributed a lot to Nepali culture during his reign. Can you name some of them which still exist? Pratap Malla made significant contribution to Nepali culture during his reign. Some of his contributions that still exist today are the renovation of Pashupatinath temple and the erection of Pinnacle over it, the construction of various temples and structures at Swayambhu including Pratappur and Kavindrapur, the renovation of the temples of Basuki Bhimsen, Taleju and Tegutale, the erection of an image of Hanuman the monkey god by the side of his palace gate, which led to the palace being named Hanuman Doka, the construction of Sundari Chowk and Mohan Chowk inside the palace, the digging of a pond at Bandarkal, and the installation of an image of Narayan living in the pond, which was an exact replica from the Buddha Nilkantha temple. Now let's start the grammar section. In grammar section, it is especially about simple past and past continuous tense. Let me just remind you about some rules to be followed while using simple past and past continuous tense. So as you know that in simple past only we have to use verb to. Most of the students used to memorize it, subject, verb to and object, so you don't need to go with the subject and object, but just use verb to, past verb, while using simple past. And while talking about or writing in past continuous tense, you have to focus on verb for, is MR plus verb for usually. That is very important to remember. According to the subject, singular subject is with I am, and if the subjects are plural you can use are, and verb for is compulsory while writing or speaking or in past continuous tense. Krishna was sleeping. Number B, as soon as the teacher asked the question, Brinda replied her. Number C, I was doing my homework when the telephone rang. When the doors opened, the audience rushed into the stadium. Number E, when we woke up, we saw the sun shining brightly. Go to number B, complete the sentences, write in the correct form of the verbs. When I arrived home, my dad was preparing snacks for me. That day when we left home, the sky was overcast and it was drizzling. Last week we booked a hotel online. The hotel was really wonderful. The staff stood at the gate to welcome us when we reached there. Were the children sleeping when you reached home that night? Something very strange happened on my way home yesterday. I was walking along the way. Suddenly, I saw my grandfather following, but he had died a year ago. We were traveling to Chitwan when the police stopped us on the way. According to them, there was a bomb there, so we had to wait for an hour. Number C. Make sentences using the words given in the brackets. Use the correct forms of the above. Simple past or past continuous here. It began to snow while we were returning home. Kamal fell off while he was playing on the veranda. Amit was waiting for me when I reached the station. Simran took my photos while I was not looking at the camera. What were you doing yesterday when I called you? I broke the glass while I was washing it. The teacher entered the class while some students were dancing in the class. I found the lost purse while I was cleaning the room. Deepisa finished her homework while her brother was watching television. Now let's go to the writing section. Writing 1. Writing 1. Study the events below. These are the major events that happened in the history of Nepal from 2017 BS to 2046 BS. Write a couple of paragraphs about Nepal's journey from panchayat to multi-party democracy. So here are some informations given here. We have to use these informations and write a couple of paragraphs how Nepal has came through the panchayat system to today's multi-party democracy. Nepal's journey from panchayat to multi-party democracy was a long and tumultuous one. It all started on the 1st of Pau 2017 when the late King Mahendra dismissed the elected government, suspended parliament, imprisoned the prime minister and ministers, banned political parties and activities, and seized all power. The king announced the partyless autocratic panchayat system on the 22nd of August 2017, which lasted for nearly 3 decades, means almost 30 years. During this period, Nepal witnessed or experienced a period of relative stability but was marred by corruption, human rights violations, and suppression of dissent. In 2036, King Birendra announced a referendum to decide whether to continue with the panchayat system or to establish a multi-party democracy. The election took place on the 20th of Vaisakh 2037 and the majority of the people voted for a multi-party democracy. However, the king did not implement the result and Nepal continued to be ruled under the panchayat system for another 5 years. In 2042, a non-violent civil disobedience movement was launched against the panchayat system, which was led by several political parties, civil society organizations, and student groups. The movement was initially suppressed, but it gained momentum, and the government was forced to make some concessions. Finally, on the 7th of August 2046, the mass movement formally started, and it continued for several weeks until the king agreed to restore the multi-party system on the 26th of Chaitra 2046. The restoration of multi-party democracy marked a significant turning point in Nepal's history. It is ushered in a period of political freedom, human rights, and economic growth. Nepal's journey from panchayat to multi-party democracy was long and challenging, but it was a testament to the resilience of and determination of the Nepali people to achieve their aspirations for a better future. Question number B. Some people think studying history is just waste of time, while others think that is that it is essential. That is important. What do you think of these ideas? Write your opinion in about 200 words. Studying history is a subject that can be approached from different perspectives, and opinions about its value vary widely. Some people view history as a useless subject that doesn't contribute to our daily lives or career prospects. On the other hand, some see it is a necessary field of study that provides a better understanding of the past, present, and future. The importance of studying history cannot be overstated. It helps us understand how societies and cultures evolve over time, how conflicts arose and were resolved, and how ideas and beliefs influenced people's lives. It also enables us to recognize patterns and avoid repeating past mistakes. Furthermore, history provides us with a sense of identity and belonging. It connects us to our ancestors and allows us to understand our heritage and cultural values. It can also inspire us by showing how individuals and societies overcame adversity and achieved great things. While some may argue that history is not essential for certain professions, it can provide valuable insights that may be not apparent at first glance. For example, studying the history of medicine can offer valuable lessons that can be applied in current medical research and practice. In conclusion, studying history is far from a waste of time. It is an essential subject that helps us understand the world around us and our place in it. It provides us with valuable insights and knowledge that can benefit us in many ways, both in our personal and professional life. Thank you so much for watching this video.